Hello and welcome to another update video about LINK Chainlink. We look at our daily update here. It's an interesting chart at the moment, even though since yesterday we haven't had too much more price action. But a very nice head and shoulders is forming here above this support area. This support area is quite critical. Yeah, it ranges from $5.80 all the way down to $5.50. Yeah, quite a relevant support area here. So far we've touched it once, twice, here 3 times, 4, 5 times actually. And my assumption is that we continue the move down, possibly into the region $3 to $4. We will be able to specify that a little bit further as we get closer to that particular area down there. But yeah, this has been my view for months now. I mean, some of you will remember that I said that LINK has one of the most bearish setups. Well, surprisingly, it did hold really well throughout this whole period. In every move down, I assumed it's going to break, Well, it didn't break, but it has only been moving in a range, really. Yeah? Now we are basically, we dropped below support levels here, yeah, and now we are just hovering above one of the last support areas we have before making new lows below $5.30, which was the May and June low. So this is already, in overall my view is that this was only an Elliott wave triangle. Anybody who's familiar with Elliott wave triangle rules will know that it is a so-called ABCDE pattern, and you would expect a breakout to the downside of this triangle, which then also happened. And normally a breakout out of these triangles is quite impulsive, which also happened on the 9th of November. So we had a catalyst obviously there, but it triggered what was already written in the chart. And then we've moved down. We basically made a lower high, quite a significant lower high. And since then we've been moving down in what I would consider an impulsive decline. And all we need now is to break below the lows from the 22nd of November around $5.50. So as soon as we break below this white support area, I think this continues to roll down. As mentioned, we have a nice head and shoulders here. Targets, we looked at that in the previous video. I mean, this is basically purely the target based on the head and shoulders, and the breakout of the neckline would take us down into the 325 region, which is pretty much in line with my Fibonacci extension targets of the Elliott wave count, which also would take us into this region here. Look at the bearish target level, which has been on here for months basically. Yeah, so this is still expected to come down. I think we are in a wave 3 at the moment, in a 5-move decline. Within the wave 3 you've got subwaves, and my assumption is that we completed a wave 1 here around the 11th of December. We moved up in a shallow wave 2, and we're now in this wave 3 to the downside, which also has subwaves 5. So we have a wave 1, we had a small wave 1, 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 within this wave 3. Oh, see, now I got confused with the wave counts now as well. No, all of this was this larger wave 3 in the circle. And of course, here we have a 5-wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how it should play out. And within this wave 3, yeah, here we've got currently the subwaves going on, 1, 2, 3, currently in a 4, and one more leg down in 5 to complete this wave 3. Then there should be a correction to come down even further afterwards. So however this plays out, there's obviously a few options how this could play out in the short term. I have labeled here one key option on the chart, which would be now a rather shallow wave 4 retracement, or even, it can't really be an Elliott wave triangle. It would need to be some kind of an ABC pattern here, which could be done already, yeah, but it's a bit too early to confirm that. The break below $5.67 would basically confirm that this wave 4 is over. Yeah, looks like an ABC to me, a 3-wave structure at the moment. Can we still push higher? Yes, we could still push higher. I mean, in this wave 4, we could still be looking at, I need to just adjust that. We could be looking at prices all the way up to $6.35. That would, however, most likely then be a WXY pattern, because an ABC is most likely finished now. However, if it extends with one more leg or so, it could be a WXY. It's a more complex correction then. And that could lead, first of all, to a 621 level and then 635. these are the key levels that I would then be looking at, because an ideal target for a wave 4 is normally that 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level. Yeah, the maximum it should do is 635. What happens if we go above 635? Would it be bullish? No, it would not be bullish at all. In my opinion, we have dropped too far for the bullish scenario to play out. There is a bullish case on the chart. I won't believe it until we really get above $7.80. The yellow count is the bullish count that you can see here. We can make a case for it as we moved up here in 5 waves. It could be a wave 1, this could be a wave 2. Doesn't look corrective at all, it looks rather impulsive, and we would then move up in a wave 3 to the upside. But we've dropped a bit too far. We haven't invalidated it, but it made it quite unlikely. So yeah, my view is still continuation to the downside here, unless we go above 780. Then we need to think about something else. However, even if we get above this 50% retracement, which would be, let's call it, too bullish for a wave 4, I would just, there is another option here. I mentioned it in the previous video. This could just be a B wave to the upside, no problem at all. It is very much possible that we count the subwaves here as ABC structures, so it would be an ending diagonal, and then we have something here like an A wave down, a B wave up, which could extend a bit more, and then a C wave down. So I'm gonna look at that if it, if we have to, but at the moment it all points further to the downside for me. Yes, recovery possible, as I said, but probably just for the purpose to create a nice head and shoulders here. That's sort of what I see in the charts at the moment, and there isn't really much more to talk about. I think, we are currently in a difficult environment for many altcoins. The LINK is still holding fairly well compared to many, but I think it's just waiting for this support level to break as well. The structure just doesn't, it would be very hard to, interpret something bullish into all of this. Very hard. So, yeah, and on the way down, to be honest, to fulfill the higher level scenario of making one more low in a wave 5 here, all we need to do is really to break below $5.30, the May low. We don't need to get necessarily to 290 to 350. I mean, I sometimes get the questions, do we need to go that low? No, we don't need to. The chart, higher level, bigger picture, LINK has done what it needs to do in this correction. It doesn't need to drop any lower. It has come down far enough for such a higher wave 2 correction. But to fulfill it also on the smaller level, on the smaller scale now, it would be ideal to make a new low, and it also doesn't really show any impulses currently to the upside. To interpret here that the yellow count is working out, to interpret this as something bullish, it needs a lot of imagination, and I don't have enough evidence for that. Okay, and that's my view about LINK. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.